Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by L&K Productions. Yeah, let's see if I've got anything going on here right now. I know people are as confused as I am right now as to what is going on. Well, I will try to explain this. Mrs. K was going to be working 16 hours today. Keyword there is was going to be working. Sometime between now and when I laid down a little bit ago to get ready for an all-nighter, they canceled her and she's now getting off at 10 o'clock. So when I woke up from my nap just a few short minutes ago, and I had a decision to make on, was I going to do this at 9 for 45-ish minutes or so, or postpone it till 11. I briefly thought I'd postpone it to 11, and I thought, no, there's too many people over in the chat room already that are waiting for this to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully a few people will join me here on Zoom. Kind of weird. I have no feedback whatsoever right now, except I'm watching the mixer. And the mixer, according to the mixer, the audio is good going out to YouTube. But again, nobody's in Zoom, so I have no idea. This is really strange. Let me go look at chat real quick. Excuse me. So, our Jim was first, says early night he was first. What are we talking about? Where the rest of you slackers, Tony and Jim, have some chit chat going back and forth between them. B.H. Ringer was third. Bobby Warren says, hey everyone, the Bengals did win, and they won big. I think they don't get past Kansas City next week. It depends on whether or not Mahomes is still injured or not. If Mahomes is still injured, then Cincinnati stands a really good chance of getting past Kansas City next week. If they do, they'll be in the Super Bowl for 2 straight years. That'd be pretty good. Catherine Anna Hauserman is in the chat room. Hello, Catherine. Good to see you back on chat. Probably the earlier start attributed to that. And I do realize that me starting at 11, which is about the only time I can start most of the time, has a lot to do with people being here. Really hoping somebody joins me on Zoom. Otherwise, this is going to get kind of interesting. Let me give some shout out here to a few people. This is what I like about what other people are on Zoom. They can keep the conversation going while I catch up on chat. And of course, when no one's here, I have to pull the weight by myself, so to speak. And that's kind of hard to do. Looks like Bobby Warren may have left. I think I got everybody. I imagine Jim has left as well. Yeah. They probably saw that I moved it and then gave up for the night. And I really thought about doing that, but then I thought, no, I didn't have my glasses on yet, so it looked to me like there were hundreds of people in chat. Yeah, I guess I got to put my glasses on a little sooner next time. I don't know if Greg is still in there or not. He's probably taking a nap. Yeah, he's not. There comes somebody into the Zoom. This will give me a chance to see if I've got this hooked up right or not.
Hello.
Hi, Catherine.
How are you, Ken? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm fine.
Got a I had an early schedule started because Mrs. K was scheduled to work overnight tonight, and when I laid down to take my nap, I woke up to a text of "Grr, I'm leaving at 10. I'll explain later." And I'm like, I texted her back. There's no need for an explanation. I kind of predicted this was going to happen. Chris Garrett's watching Back to the Future. That's a decent movie. Wintermute, good evening.
Hey, how you
Yes,
doing?
which one?
He didn't say. He just posted a text in my phone. So, um, I think what I'm going to do is I won't do a second live stream tonight, but I will leave Zoom when the alarm goes off, go pick her up, and then I'll rejoin Zoom. But I don't think I'll do a second live stream. I'm still kind of 50-50 on that. Um, I'll
Yeah,
cross that bridge when it comes in front of me, so to speak. I reached out
yeah.
to,
Just see how it goes, and then you can do whatever
yeah,
is
that's
best for you. Yes.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Jeff Ryman says hello in the chat room. Hi, Jeff. I think it's still afternoon in Vegas. I do have the clocks going. That surprises me. I'm so confused. Yeah, Jim, welcome to my world. I'm a tad bit confused as well. I was gonna, but anyway, I'll explain all that later when more people get here. So I reached out to Wintermute this afternoon. Was working with Rick a little bit.
Yeah, sorry I missed you.
Oh, you're fine. He said he got his router successfully factory reset, but then something about he can't get logged into the router.
Still can't log into it.
His apparently his ISP told him he needs his MAC address, and I've never heard of that.
Wait, so was it connecting or not? Was he on the internet?
I guess he was on I think he was on the internet. He said he went to router.net, I think it was. This is all memory, by the way. And he said he had to make an account and it still wouldn't work. So he contacted his ISP.
He's just got to.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I always thought once it's factory reset, it goes back to what's on the back of on the label on the back.
No, it's not always labeled, but there's defaults.
Long Dog is here, waiting for pizza. Boy, that sounds good. Darren's going to join us.
It could be something Netgear's doing. I don't have any Netgear equipment, so I don't know. But
I actually have
just go to 192.168.1.01 and
right
and log in on the web,
right,
the local web.
Right.
You're not on the internet. You're on your local area network.
Right. I know when I did mine in Illinois, what I ended up doing was I actually got a hold of a real person at Netgear, and they walked me through it, and they said, go to the back, there's a thing there, type in all that information, and it worked just fine. And it did. So
okay.
I don't know what's going on with him. Now with AT&T, as we all know, I can't do that. So, which is not even funny, but Chris Garrett joins us. Darren Gilholm joins us. Are you just getting in, lad, or are you just kind of up and listening?
Just woke up. What are you doing on this time of morning?
Well,
club?
Well, as I planned last night, she was going to work 16 hours today. So when she's either off or working overnight, I like to start early because that way it's convenient for everybody at an earlier time.
Yep.
I laid down to take a nap, and I woke up to the message of, "Grrr, I'm leaving at 10. I'll explain later." And I texted her back, "No need for an explanation. I saw this coming." And I did. I told her when I took her to work, don't be surprised if you get canceled and or someone shows up to work and they send you home. And, Miss...
Why did they send her home?
Apparently someone else is scheduled to work instead of her. I think it could be, and this is just my personal thoughts on this, I think this is why the HR woman got fired, is because she was doing stupid things like double booking people to work. And Lorna's the one they're sending home, which is fine. She starts another job Wednesday, so no big deal.
So this is still the old job. I thought.
Yeah, she's still at the old job.
Okay.
Hey, Chris.
Hey,
Jeff.
Ian, since Catherine's in, you need to find that bozo background.
That
She
what?
always lied. The bozo.
Oh, I still have that picture. That's one of the few that I actually did get transferred properly, and I know right where that's at. No Tim Soul joke intended, but I know yes, no, I'll leave this one here. It's kind of different. I don't know if there he is. I was getting ready to say, Jeff, your camera lid's down.
I
There's
didn't want to
something
expose myself.
Well, okay.
in,
In that case, put that lid back down.
there was a radio station I listened to, and it's a country station, and the man in the morning, it comes on in the morning. It's a clip they play, and they say something, and then they say "getting out of bed," and it sounds just like Tim Soul. I got to get that recorded sometime and play it.
Southern accent.
I can't get the joke because it just go by too fast. I never can catch on to it. What they say, it just says, "I just getting out of bed."
I did watch
Something about morning time, and then that man says, "Getting out of bed."
which oh shoot, which Back to the Future were you watching?
The first one.
Oh, the original one.
Hmm.
All right.
I got the first one and the second one. I purchased it on YouTube actually.
Darren up. Some
Hmm.
rustling. I heard some
Wish I
rustling
could.
from Darren.
Wish I could download.
Yeah,
them.
Darren's awake. He's probably going to doze back off. Are you off today, Darren?
Yes.
Oh, well, then you can stay up then. Well, this is nice for you. You don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever time you normally get up.
I might wait. I might not go get the blood work tomorrow. I might wait. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you got my message or not on Messenger, but
Yeah, the sooner you figure out or they figure out what's going on, the better.
I know. And I got to do that other thing too that I dread doing.
Well, yeah, I would clearly recommend not putting that off. You're not gonna know it. You're gonna the prep's the worst part about that, and they'll put you to sleep, and you'll have to have somebody that can drive you home unless you're gonna sit there for about 8 hours, and you'll have no idea. It's psychologically something you don't think about or you don't want to think about, but the like I said, the prep.
My mother said usually when men are 50 years old, that's usually when they do it. And
I
I'll be
don't know what
50
the
years.
age limit is or the age they want it to start now is.
They pushed it to 45.
Oh, they've
Yeah,
dropped it to
between 40 and
45.
50 now.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
I'm over it, and I'm 49. I'll be 50 this year. But when did they push it to 45? When did they push it to?
Oh,
Well,
it's
they
been a
went-
while.
Is
I'm
it
out of
still? It's
town.
still just a yearly thing, though, right? We haven't gotten to the 6-month edition
Which-
yet.
Talking about the colonoscopy.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it, but yes, that's what we're talking about.
Depending on the results, 3 to 5 years.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
I don't
Uh,
even do it that soon.
If you've ever had anything positive, like I have, not cancer, but a precancerous polyp or something,
Polyp,
that they
right?
pick up, then they want you to do it every 3 to 5 years. I didn't have one last time, but I'm at my 5-year mark, and they still want me to do it.
Yeah,
At some
that's.
point, if you've had all clear for every single one of them, sometime in your 70s, you can kind of age out of it. If you've never had a positive finding.
Sure.
Well, back in the summer when I had tests, they done a test on cancer, so it would have picked up then, wouldn't it?
You mean like
They run a whole body
those things
scan.
that
I had to
you
do
do
that
at
whole.
home and send in?
No, I didn't do that. I'm talking about I had to do that whole MRI thing and all that because of my tumors and all that I have.
The virtual colonoscopy
Oh, this wasn't
useful.
that now.
Is useful but not definitive, as they say. The gold standard is through the camera.
Yeah, so to speak. So I've got a video coming out tomorrow. I too have some problem with data.
I hope it's not a video of what we were just talking about.
No, it's not. Yeah, I actually got a hold of mine, and I thought I would share it with everybody.
Oh God.
Yeah, I have problems with A data as well, and I wasn't going to say anything, but I've been inspired. So there'll be a
Sure,
short.
they did.
That was a weird thing after Jim's video. I just went to their website and looked around. They appear to still be in business, but sure don't act like it.
I thought,
That's crazy the way they did him.
how many
Jim, that's
views has
crazy.
that gotten already, Jim?
That's
I
a
just
very
missed
good.
it.
That's a very good question. Let's see.
You know, that's funny you say that because we went through a spell between Mrs. K and I when she would ask a question, I would say, "That's a very good question." I had no idea what she said, so I would say, "That's a very good question," and she would laugh. She eventually caught on that I wasn't really understanding the question. And
That was
then
a very good rant. It was to the point.
she came back one time. I asked her, "Are we going to the store?" She goes, "That's a very good question." I said, "Hey, I copyrighted that. You cannot use it." Good to hear your laugh,
25.
Catherine. We haven't heard you in a while. You doing okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Good.
I'm fine.
You still
I'm
live in
good.
you still live in Columbia?
Yes. Why should I move?
Well, people move for different reasons. I mean,
I don't.
you like it there?
Yes.
Was your
It's
weather?
always nice,
Yeah.
nice and hot and warm. It's never cold.
Oh, come to Indiana. Our house is set to the Philippines. It's nice and warm and boiling hot in here. The only thing we don't have is the natural sunlight, and we're working on that. Oh, speaking of lights, we're shopping yesterday or the other day, Friday, I guess it was, for sinks, a hot water heater, and faucets for the sinks. And somehow I'm drug into the lighting department. She goes, "What do you think of that one? What do you think of that one? I'm like, I don't think about those because we're not replacing the lights. I was thinking we're not replacing the lights."
You were thinking
and now
that, but
you
guess
are.
what?
So,
Yes, surprise, surprise.
yeah, really.
Ken, at your age and with your wife, why are you still surprised? You shouldn't be.
I'm not. It makes her
Oh,
it makes her feel good and important when I act surprised, though. I've learned a few things over the years to just keep my big mouth shut, pretend to be, "Oh, where did that come from?" Knowing I wrote it down 6 months ago, this was going to happen. Yeah, it keeps the peace, so to speak, if you know what I mean. But no, I'm not surprised. I can't think of anything just shy of maybe she walks in one day and she says, "I'm leaving." I would be shocked at that. Okay. That would surprise me. Other than that, if she walked in and said, "I've got a boyfriend," I said, "Congratulations. I hope he does better than I did." You know?
Yeah, because women, they have high standards, so.
Apparently my wife doesn't. She's married to me.
I resemble that remark.
I have told people on more than one occasion that my wife is smarter than me. She is. She's smarter than me. She's certainly better educated than I am. And the only time I've ever questioned her intelligence is when she agreed to marry me.
Was there alcohol involved, Jim?
Amazingly enough, no, she was sober.
I was going to ask, was there a shotgun involved?
Yeah, that's the next question.
No, there was no shotgun involved. She had a grown daughter. She wasn't interested in having any more, and I've never been interested, so it worked out.
Yeah. Was it a Billy Idol white wedding? Is that who did that?
Yeah, I believe.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of weddings, you see the celebrity news, sort of.
I know. Did I miss
Buzz
one?
Aldrin married his
Oh,
fourth
yeah.
wife at age 93.
And she's what, 16? I mean, 18?
63.
Oh, she is 60? I didn't see how old she was. Yeah, I did see that.
She's fairly educated. She runs one of his companies or something that he's affiliated with.
Well, she's really educated. She married him. He's going to kick off pretty soon, and she's going to inherit everything.
63. I was interesting. The only picture I saw, she didn't look like she was that old.
Yeah, I saw it. The reason I said jokingly about a teen is he said something about we're like two teenagers in love or something like that. So I didn't even realize he was still alive.
It's his fourth wife.
So I have
Well-
hope for 5, 6, and 7. Then all right.
I was just gonna say he can talk to Ken.
Yeah, really. Or I should talk to him. What's your secret? We were talking the other day about old age, and I forget the number. It was in the 90s, and Lorna said something. I said, I honestly hope that whoever we were talking about does live to be that old, because if they live to be in their 90s, that's going to put me in my late 70s. And again, as long as I'm not in the corner in a wheelchair drooling, I'm fine. So, as long as, I think we were talking about my mom actually, and as long as she has everything, going on that she has right now and doesn't decline any worse, then that would be good. I think mom's 21 years older than I am. I'm 63, she's 84, so I believe that's 21.
Interestingly enough, on my mother's side of the family, they live into their 90s fairly easily. And my mother-in-law, assuming she makes it, which there isn't any real reason why she wouldn't, she'll be 96 in September.
Wow. Is she still pretty cognitive, and does she get around? And
Yes, she's okay. Let's put it that way. I don't know that everything is completely there, but enough is there.
does she drive?
Oh God, no. She gave up driving at least a decade ago.
Does she cook?
No. She's in assisted living at this point.
I was getting ready to figure out a polite way to ask that, but okay. 96.
Yes, assuming she makes it to September, she'll be 96. My grandmother passed away at 98.
Wow. Well, all the women in the Stout family live into their 90s, but all the men don't get out of their 60s. My one uncle just turned 70, which I still find that hard to believe. And he's got a brother, and then there's one more, but he's in his late 60s. So I'm hoping to get in my 70s. I mean, if I live to see the grandchildren graduate high school, and that's kind of on the bucket list, I'll be 80 some years old. 81, I believe, if I do the math correctly. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, the
if
little
I
guy
pay off
didn't
my
get-
mortgage. I'll
what?
be 93.
Welcome
Somebody
to
else
tonight's
wants
Zoom. Welcome in, Jeff. Jeff, can you
What?
put your hearing aid in?
Reminds me of my dad's youngest brother. He was frugal, shall we say.
Cheap.
For the sake of family peace, I'll call it.
Oh, wait, I thought I was on that game show. I'm sorry.
Anyway, the hearing aid he had, one of these old ones, he had a little microphone that went in his pocket and a wire that ran up to something in his ear. And his wife was always after him to get something modern. He said, well, this one works. And it did, sort of, if you yelled loud enough.
Right. Right.
He made it to 95. So.
William Dawson joins us in chat. Hello from Florida. I got to pick a bone with BH Ringer. We had that white stuff on the ground this morning. Didn't stick around, thank goodness. And they're predicting that Wednesday storm might actually have some cumulative snow both in the yard and on the roads. So I'm not looking forward to Wednesday.
Did BH send it your way or what?
Apparently, I thought him and William Dawson had something worked out last night to where he was sending it to Florida, but it ended up here. Anybody know the score of the football game between Dallas and San Fran?
No.
16. San Francisco 16, Dallas 12.
Was this a field goal game or what? Well, not at 16.
Blocked extra point and 2 field goals for Dallas. I can't remember how many San Francisco scored. I think it was 3 field goals and a touchdown.
That would be, that would make 16. I thought Cincinnati looked pretty good today.
The Buffalo defense was terrible.
Well, that
Just
didn't hurt him any.
Dominated them.
And of course, the day started off right with Indiana plummeting Michigan State. That was a good game. They didn't start very well, but boy, did they finally wake up and decide they were going to play basketball.
Yeah. Yesterday, Kansas City just got by one touchdown, I see.
Yeah, well, Mahomes got hurt.
Okay.
And
I didn't watch it. I just checking the score.
He's been diagnosed with a high ankle sprain, and I did not hear the bell when Alex came in. Hi, Alex.
Hello. Hello, Jeff.
You hacked the bell.
Didn't hear it either.
Huh. It's set. Maybe.
Bob?
19-12. Another field goal.
San Francisco should win that game. They're the second seed, I believe.
Small score game. It's seen by seen.
We'll see.
But yeah, they're favored.
So, Alex, how's your internet speed under the carport?
I got a really quick speed test on my tablet.
Oh, so it's really, really quick. Okay, cool. No numbers involved
Right,
here.
no, I got a. What I mean by that is, yes, it's really quick, and also what I mean by that is I had to hurry up and do it because my dad was hurrying up and pulling out of the parking lot to go to church. But it was 89 down and 60 up, and that's inside the car with all the doors shut.
And what was it before the great router upgrade?
Yes, I'm very happy with it.
No, what was your speed before you upgraded it?
Well, my phone didn't even get a 5 gigahertz signal outside before I upgraded the router with the router in here. My tablet did, and my tablet speed before I upgraded it outside on the carport was 28 down and 8 up.
Yep, a
Easy,
spreadsheet.
guys.
Keep a spreadsheet.
So
He's got hearing problems right now. I believe that sound bar is not working again.
it's working.
So did you hear what Wintermute asked you?
No, I did not.
I'll translate for you. Do you have a spreadsheet for your speeds?
I do not.
You should
Why?
you should get with Doug and keep a spreadsheet on these things.
Well, last time I checked, every time you run a speed test, at least on my phone and on my tablet, the speed test app, if you do it through the app, it keeps a record of every time you run a.
Does your generation ever write anything down on paper? You leave on the app for everything? What if the app is lying to you?
You don't have to write anything down. There's an app for that.
I don't know if he heard me or he's just thinking.
Yeah, you said what if the app is like, well, I mean, I guess I just blindly trust it then if that's the case.
Would you like to buy a bridge I own in Arizona? I don't get it. I know.
I don't get it either.
No, I get it. I understand the joke. I said the joke. I got the joke. It's an old joke. Us old people, you noticed all the old people laughed.
You need to have a search page or have lived in the UK or something like that for this joke.
Long Dog is still here, still waiting for his pizza. What kind of pizza
he's
were we
already
getting?
waiting long.
Do what, Catherine?
He's already waiting long. He's not hungry yet.
Oh, I'm usually hungry when I order the pizza. I just wonder what kind of pizza he's getting.
The reason why I was pausing a little bit is because I know if I forget to shut the bedroom door, as soon as I start talking, voice carries down the hallway, and so my dad's gonna come back here and shut the door. So I was waiting on him to. I I was waiting on him to shut it because he was going to come back here anyway.
So you have voice over
I've got to
floor instead of
remember to
voice
shut
over
that door
internet.
before I got to remember to shut that door before I get on, because with these hardwood floors in this house, voice carries.
So you have voice over floor versus voice over internet. Okay. You should market that. I promise I won't take you to court over copyright infringement, since I thought of it on January 23rd, 2023 at 9:24 at night. He just got his pizza. Oh, he got a pizza from Little Caesars.
That's what I say, little Caesars.
Half a regular pizza and guess on the other half, huh? Okay.
I get Little Caesars and CC's confused.
I haven't had a Little Caesars pizza since we left Vegas.
I think I've only had it one time, and I think it was a school field trip.
Yeah, Little Caesars is decent for my grandkids because they don't mind it's not that great a pizza and they like pepperoni. So.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's convenient. You walk in 9 out of 10 times, they have it ready for you. And What is it, $6 now, I believe?
Yeah, it's up to $7, I think.
Oh, is it really? Wow.
Grandpa.
Speaking of pizza, Grandpa.
Yeah, just a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, the whole $5 foot long at Subway thing. I'm guessing that is long gone away.
It's long gone.
Yeah, last I knew it was $6
$8.
at least. How much is it now?
I mean, it varies based on the sandwich, but I think a minimum is about $8.
Wow.
Yeah, Subway's expensive.
For a foot long. For the, you can get it a half inch or less.
Which
If
they're
I
not.
If I go on DoorDash and order all the veggies and all the toppings that I want on a Subway sandwich, and I get a foot long, it's gonna be $15 all day long, at least.
DoorDash throws the delivery charge in on that?
Of course they do.
Sometimes you get lucky and there's no delivery charge, but last time I used it, we went to pick up the pizza, so there's no delivery charge if you pick up. Only reason why I used it was because the card info was already saved in the app. So I didn't have to go through. I didn't have to. It's just easier to do it that way than have to call them and tell them, the number with the phone when I can hardly hear going on the road.
You have sound bars when you try to use DoorDash too?
Do what, Ken?
I said you have soundbar issues when you try to use DoorDash too?
No, I don't. No,
You just said you can hardly hear.
I mean, when I'm going down the road at 60, 70 miles an hour in the car, even though I have my headphones in it, my earbuds in it, it's still kind of hard to hear.
Hi, Rick.
I see Rick is working.
And out the window.
Hello, Rick.
Yeah, he's outside. Looks like he's having some bad weather there.
Yeah, well, at least he's back with us online anyway. I assume everything went okay.
Yep, you did get it reset, right, Rick?
Yep.
Okay. Well, here in about 15-ish minutes or so, I have to end the stream and go pick up Mrs. K. I will rejoin Zoom when I get back. I'm still on the fence on whether I'll do a second live stream or not. I'm hoping while I'm gone that between Catherine and Wintermute and Jim and Alex and Jeff, they can get you logged into your router. That's my hope.
Yeah, I'm going to have to head out here for a minute. I've got 2 grandchildren and a guest I got to feed yet.
Oh, you're dating again. You kind of walked into that one, Jeff.
Yeah.
So I hope that Catherine and Wintermute and Jim and Alex, and I'll throw Chris in as a substitute for Jeff now that Jeff's not going to be here. Well, we hope to see you when you come back, and enjoy dinner.
Well, I got to figure out what to fix yet.
Here's a hint.
Kids
Pizza.
Yeah, that might happen, although I'll have to go out for it if I do it.
Ken, to
I never
answer,
paid delivery charges.
yeah,
Yeah,
Ken, to
really.
answer a question that you posed earlier, 52.
To answer a question that I posed?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. And the answer
Number
is 52.
Cards in a deck.
Let's see if he can pull it out.
I doubt it. I'm like a question that I could cheat and go back and rewind the stream, but I'll never find it. I ask you a question, the answer is 52 views that you've had on your current video.
There we go.
Yeah, my brain works in the most weirdest way.
I'm sure it does.
Oh, it does. I'll be the
not
second
bad,
to
though.
admit that.
Not bad.
Oh God.
So, I was going to say something, but now I forgot what I was going to say.
You
That's
wanted to go, Ken?
The last time I played, it was good, Catherine. I actually lowered my score from the previous week that I played. I found a virtual driving range to go play, but it's rather expensive. $25 for a half hour, $50 for an hour. So when I do go to there, I'm going to have to kind of plan accordingly. I do want to go relatively soon, maybe Wednesday when it's snowing so bad. And I'm going to take 2 sets of cameras, one for the behind me looking at the shot itself, and one monitoring the screen that shows you all the non-important information of how fast you're swinging the club, how fast the ball leaves the tee, at what speed, the distance, and where it actually shows an image of where your club hits the ball. I am interested in that because based on how I line up on the ball, I'd like to see where I'm hitting it. Now, I do have a club, my 9-iron, I had taken a marker and marked the ball. Most golfers put a mark on their ball for identification purposes. It's when you have 9 golf balls in a line. Never mind. And I was actually hitting the ball on that specific club, dead center of the club. A little low, but it was in the center, so that's good. Just do pizza, half pepperoni.
So I have a question. I already solved this problem, but I just kind of want to know what y'all think about it.
Well, if you know the answer already, is this a trick question?
No.
Yes.
Sounds like it. Go ahead.
No.
What's your question?
I had somebody bring me some cassettes, some audio cassettes to put on CDs. Well, back in July, I bought me a little portable cassette player that it plugs into the wall. Well, turns out that when I plug in that cassette player and plug a cable from the headphone jack of it into the microphone jack of my computer to record those cassettes, like I always have, I get nothing but hissing, static, all kinds of crazy noise.
Yeah, you need to
But at the church, my mom has there's a boom box at the church with a cassette player built in, and when I plug in the same cable for my computer and do it the same way, I'm able to get what you would expect, the sound coming out of the boom box into the computer. What my question to y'all is, why do you think I'm not able to get the sound out of a little one, but I'm able to get the sound out of a normal size of boombox?
Because
Is
the one
one
in the
stereo and the
States
other
has a preamp.
Okay, let Catherine go first.
Damn it.
Go ahead, Catherine.
I said because the one in the church most likely has a preamp, and you don't have that at home.
I would have never thought about that, but that's a good answer. Winter mute?
Yeah, I was gonna say an amp. It's missing an amp.
Well, I this is how I was
Preamble
going to answer it, but I'm way off base on my answer because I was going to tell you stop using the cables that Alexander Graham Bell gave you. Go out and buy yourself some new cables, and you'll be fine.
Well, yes, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I just kind of wanted uh
Did you fix
verification
the
on
problem or
that.
not?
Did you fix it? Have you bought new cables, or did you get it to work?
No,
You didn't fix it.
no, I just asked my mom. I just asked my mom to go out, to go back into the church and get the cassette player that I've been using before, because I figured out the one that I got me to use, the one that I had ordered me to use, doesn't have the amplifier that to be able to push the sound.
So Jim
know
had
what
52
which-
views on his video. I have barely 33 views from the 2 I posted today, so I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I need to get on there and do a rant. By the way, Jim, that was a very controlled rant. I was enjoying watching it.
I was just going to say it's not a rant. It's a disappointment screed is basically what it is.
Hang on, I got to write that down. Not a rant. It's a what? Disappointment?
Disappointment screed.
Okay, there you go. Got it.
Because I will now when I go to share my screen, that doesn't actually go out on YouTube, does it?
It. Hang on. I will make sure it does not.
Okay.
Just give me 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're clear. YouTube now has a keeping tropical fish at home can have a calming effect on the brain due to all the endorphins.
Now, do you really think these are the lists of A-data drives that I have purchased over the years? You'll notice I was until this incident a fan of A-data.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
There are 6 drives there.
Which
Three
ones? Which
three
one
of them
went
are
bad?
2.5. 3 of them are 2.5 inch, and then 3 of them are NVMe.
Which one? Which one croaked on you?
2 A-data drives.
The last one, the SX8100.
Okay, I see now. It's got the date. Okay.
So I've not had a single problem with any A-data drive. I don't think. I have to double check it. But to the best of my memory, I've never had a problem with an A-data drive until now. And I'm not dinging them for the drive failure.
Right. Lack of customer service.
Yeah, it's like my drive went into a freaking black hole and nobody wants to tell me anything. Or nobody wants to respond to me. I mean, I don't get it.
Welcome to customer service in 2023.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the product can be the best product in the world, but guess what?
I agree.
If you have a problem and something like this happens, I guess it ain't that great of a product anymore, is it?
Yeah, I 100%.
Where
agree
did
with
you
that.
send it?
I sent it to Brea, California, where they told me to send it to.
Okay.
I sent I had an RMA too with my with one of my PSUs for EVGA, and I sent it to Brea, and they will send it to someone else that lives in the US, and then he will send it to Florida, because they only send to residential address, and I don't have a residential address. So, but it's fixed. So I will get it soon. I will get it in the next probably 10 days.
I got a question for Jim.
Yes.
Where are they headquartered out of? It's not Indiana, is it?
Not that I'm aware of, no. I'm sure they're out in Silicon Valley somewhere.
Okay, well, then you have hope to maybe get an answer. Because if it was in Indiana, you ain't hearing nothing back from them. So anyway, I would like everyone to jump over onto YouTube and monitor the screen. I finally have a prototype of the new exit or outro or whatever you want to call it done. I'm still tweaking it, so go easy on the reviews. And I got to get out of here. The alarm's going to go off here in just a couple minutes. I got to go pick up Mrs. K. So without further ado, let me click on the right button here. What did I call that? Oh, yeah. I called that... what did I call that?
Yeah, they're Taiwan. 88 is from Taiwan.
Well, I thought you were saying I was in Taiwan.
Nope.
I saw something on A-Data's page today after I looked after Jim's video, and they said something about if your RMA is going to Taiwan, forget about it. You aren't going to hear for a long time because of COVID.
Well, it would be nice if they bothered to tell me that.
Well, but since you were sending it to California, I don't know if
Okay, I
that's
found it.
applicable or not.
I forgot to move it up to the. I've got things in order now. I start out technical stream, main Zoom, and I renamed it in stream, and I found it. It was at the bottom. Now it's third in line. So here we go.
Okay, I got the picture frames and scrolling text. And then speed. Whoa, okay. What the hell is that?
It said go easy on the criticism.
Okay, now we got the pictures distorting all over the place. Okay.
That was the intent. Distorted pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good on the pictures there. You slow down the last piece of the words a little bit.
There we go. Now we got, okay, now the pictures went away and you got the scrolling text. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to scroll.
And it does that weird dance. I don't, what the hell is that?
Just keep people on their toes. I'll be back. I told you it's prototype.
Yeah.